Yeah, I might point out that there is another randomizer race happening in SpeedGaming 2 at the same time. Please feel free to go watch that at the same time or instead of it. There's been a lot of Fusion randomizer happening over the past few days. And we are off. But yeah, it's good to see that the matches are happening as rapidly as they are. I know an issue we've had in the past in these kinds of tournaments is that it's hard to get people to actually schedule the matches. That's been an issue, especially with a lot of people in different time zones. It's hard, like people are adults and are busy, and people are being very good about scheduling the matches. Which is nice. Yep, we're starting off. For those not familiar with Fusion Randomizer, all the story events are completely removed from the game, more or less. And the game opens up with level 0 locks unlocked at the start, which would usually, in the lore, would be unlocked by Adam early on. But they're just straight up unlocked. So the only item you can grab at the start of the game is what would usually be main missiles. But this has the option of being either main missiles, morph ball, or speed booster. Let's see what we have, what kind of flavor of seed we have today. That's the missiles. Okay, so with missiles, you are forced to go into the normal route of the game and go fight Arachnus right away. You're technically not forced to fight Arachnus. Always, it depends on which items you get. But like he's right there, it's kind of hard to skip. Some people do skip Arachnus fight. I've seen it happen. Boss fights in general tend to be very, very slow checks in this game because not only do boss fights take a long time to kill because they're bosses, or Zeke having some issue falling down there, but also the core X afterwards just feels. Oh, and then our first wait. Oh no. So wave beam is not the best of beams. It kind of goes in this weird wave shape, as is traditional for wave beam to do in previous games. But this is not in the base game originally. It's been hacked in by Kazuto for the randomizer, and it can be improved. I know Kazuto has been talking about improving it. It just misses everything. Like it misses doors. Like you can see John there just trying to shoot the block, but the beam just goes around the block and he has to shoot another missile, even though that's a normal block. Like wave is really, really annoying. It gets a lot better if you also find a wave or if you also find charge. But wave on its own is just miserable. Both runners also finding morph ball off to the side, so they could technically, if they want to, just not fight this boss and just morph into the small hole there and leave the room. There's no reason, like you don't have to fight this, but it does give an item, and it could be something really important for progression. Usually it's just an energy tank. Yeah, Arachnus always has an energy tank. That's how it works. And now they are going to go down to the sectors. With the missile start, you have a couple of options. Like, look how bad wave beam is on Zeke's. Like, it's dude, what a comical beam. This beam is garbage. John opting not to use the beam at all, just using 2 missiles instead. But yeah, so to start off with, you have the option of going to either Sector 1 or Sector 2. You kind of have to go to Sector 2 at some point anyway, because you need to unlock the security doors. The security doors are not randomized yet. They might be in the future. But currently you need to go to where they originally are. Oh, Zeke opting not to check this item. Interesting. Oh, it's just an energy tank. So Zeke reward, Zeke not punished, I guess. But yeah, so you tend to have to go to Sector 2 anyway to unlock 2 doors. We can see that there's a major behind the elevator that will be important later on once they find speed boosters. Zeke going back up? Question mark? Did he remember Did he realize that he skipped the one check and he wants to go back and actually look at it? Oh, that's interesting. That's gonna be a big waste of time for Zeke, since we know from watching John that it's just an energy tank. I'm guessing he just forgot, but it's possible that he opted to skip and then change his mind. Who knows? John taking the traditional approach of with missiles and morph. It's usually a good idea to go to Sector 1. You can grab almost everything in Sector 1 with just missiles and morph. The one item you really would want to grab something more is Speed Booster. Whereas if you get down to Sector 2, you only have like 2 checks with these item setups. I think 1 check, which is the data room, maybe Kago, depending on what you find. But so like, even if you unlock doors, you might have to go back to 2 later, but you can make a gamble that you don't have to go to 2 ever and just unlock doors early. So there's a lot of choices you can make. I think a lot of people opt for Sector 1 with this loadout though. Finding another E-tank, top of that shaft strong. It's looking like an oops all E-tank seed, which is surprisingly common. Yeah, John finding diffusion. Diffusion not the best upgrade, but it does let you get out of Sector 4. So you need to finish the game. You need to unlock level 4 doors, and you need to have charge beam and plasma beam. And also you need to, after getting down to lower Sector 4 to unlock the doors, you need something to get out. And diffusion is one of those items. It's nice to have it early. It doesn't help that much otherwise. It also kind of decreases the damage output on your missiles. It does make them do more damage by a small amount. They do 50% more damage as diffusion versus normal missiles. But they also lower your fire rate by a lot. They're really slow. Zeke did not open level 1 doors. They both went straight to 1. I'm having some trouble hitting this stabilizer. So diffusion is kind of nice here because he ran out of missiles too. That is awful. That is really annoying when that happens. Since these stabilizers usually take 3 missiles, having the diffusion upgrades actually reduces that down to 2 missiles, which is actually a pretty big deal. Even more energy tanks that John decides to grab. See John getting up to the 13 core. If you have speed here, there are 2 checks you can do, but they don't, so they're just gonna have to leave those for later. John getting really lucky with that door. Zeke also abandoning that energy tank. They have a bunch of energy already. They really don't need any more energy tanks for the rest of the game, pretty much. Oh, Varia. Okay. Varia doesn't open up that much. It does open up. Oh, Zeke is stuck with the. Oh no, Zeke is having issue with this room that Zeke is in. Is very, very challenging if you don't have any missiles. If you run out of missiles, that room is really annoying to get through because you can't get to the wall. Oh no, poor Zeke. No. Okay, you made it. Nice. So yeah, very sort of unlocks Sector 5, and to a lesser degree Sector 3. But the main thing you want Varia for is that it lets you absorb the blue X, which makes Sector 6 a lot less dangerous. So we'll see where John likes to go with this. I would assume Sector 2 doesn't really have that many more options. Go to Sector 2, unlock blue doors, and then go somewhere from there. Primarily, they are looking for speed booster and bombs right now, so they can go and unlock green doors in Sectors 3. Sometimes you get those really fast, sometimes you don't, and you have to spend some time around all of Sector 2 to get them. Zeke also getting his Varia suit. Also checking this item. Wave beam being terrible again. So I wonder if, yeah, John. Oh, with diffusion he can actually get this. It's slightly awkward though. He has to freeze. There's a major there too. He has to freeze one of the enemies mid-air in a way that he's a good player. Oh, okay. Charge beam. Okay, one of the required items don't really open up anything, but it's nice to have. Very, very important in the long run. So yeah, like freezing those enemies in the correct height is kind of awkward already, with diffusion even more so because of how long it takes the wave to go out. Someone's correct. Mainly, it makes because he can now charge wave beam, it is a lot less terrible. Charge wave is not that bad. It's just normal wave that's really obnoxious. Zeke having some issues with the stabilizer, getting it down finally. John finding more missiles? Oh, gravity. Oh, gravity is also an important pickup. Gravity is one of the required items to get to the red doors, but not really what John is looking for right now, because he really needs speed and bombs to get anywhere else. With the wave beam, and I guess gravity would also open it up. There's one spot in Sector 4 you can check. And otherwise, there are only a few spots in 3 that needs to be checked. But even so, we are getting pretty close to go mode. For go mode, we would need... Oh, John is going down Sector 4. Okay, I like this play by John, actually. We would need some kind of jump effect and plasma beam and speed. There's still a bit to go. I see Zeke trying to freeze these guys. That's a very awkward spot. I don't think he can get up on that. You can't wall jump up of frozen enemies. Oh, major here. It's always a major here. Bombs. Bombs is good. Bombs actually lets John check out the rest of Sector 4 if he so desires. Diffusion also lets him go down here and check this one item. Which is a major high jump. That's also an important check. Dang. So going to Sector 4 paying off big time for John right now. So let's see if John decides to stay in 4 or goes all the way to 3 to open doors to here. No, it stays in 4. I think this is correct. It's so hard to say what's correct and what not at this stage. But gravity lets him traverse the water sector really easily. Missile. John at this point only needs speed booster and plasma. But as we've seen before, quote unquote only requiring plasma does not mean you are close to finishing the game. Plasma can be in a very obnoxious spot sometimes. CZeke finishing up what he can do in Sector 2 for now. We'll see if he also decides to go to 4 or 3. Just an energy tank for John. By taking this path, pretty sure John is not going to fight Ceres. If you're fighting Ceres, you would usually wait with this check until afterwards. CZeke also goes down to 4. So he's gonna find the same items that John just did. Power bomb tank. Power bomb tanks are almost completely useless. You never want to grab them. If you even unlock main power bombs, you already get 10 of them, and it's usually more than enough for anything. CZeke finding bombs, and also diffusing down here. That is a major under the water pump. Oh, well, speak of the devil, here we go, power bombs. At the same time, CZeke is finding his high jump. Still no speed booster. Wait, John is going to fight Ceres anyway? Okay, interesting. I respect it. I wonder if this was his plan all along, or if the power bombs somehow changed his mind. I do not know. And more examples of waving being terrible. Opting to take a save before going into Sector 4. That's a smart thing usually, because if there's nothing in 4, you can just reset and go back instead of walking all the way back. CZeke also opting to go up here early. Gonna find a big ol' hut, keep nothing. I'm always happy to see a Ceres fight. Ceres almost never has anything useful, but I'm still happy to see the fight. John managing to get a 2-round. Now have diffusion, which are almost impossible to double with, so you just have to do this normally. And in this this arena for the core is very odd. It's really hard to get doubles with anything higher than normal assault. And Ceres has nothing. Who would have done? I'm not sure if I ever had a seed where Ceres had something useful. I still like fighting Ceres in seeds because it makes... Like, if you route Sector 4 around killing Ceres, it just flows so naturally. Like, this pathing is on. Oh yeah, right, they couldn't have checked the items after Ceres because that requires speed. Good point, Ken. So there are a couple items left in for... Is it just one? It's just one item that they can't check because they don't have speed. There's one item on the way out they can check with power bombs. It is possible to check this from above. See if you can hit the block with the waving. That is a power bomb tank, I believe. Since they didn't find speed here, you're gonna have to freeze an enemy at the correct height to get out. John doing it cleanly. Zeke finding his power bombs. We'll see if Zeke decides to go fight Ceres. We know there's nothing there, but Zeke doesn't. At this point, they're still struggling to find speed. Speed has to be somewhere. At this point, I'm starting to get scared. They're gonna find the screw attack before they find speed boost. John having a little think about where he's going. Opting to go to 3. And Zeke is also going to fight Ceres. Going to be sad to find a missile tank. Zeke also using missiles on this door instead of charge beam. It gets the job done. No, Zeke fell down. Oh. Another major. This spot is like always a major. There are some spots that are just majors all the time. And that is super missiles. That would have been really nice against Ceres. Oh, wait. No, he could have... Oh, he doesn't have speed. Yeah, he couldn't have checked it even though he could have broken the wall. For a second, I thought that John didn't have bombs. And that's actually the only thing that you can check in 3 at this point. If that had been an important major, that would have been a big step up. But as of now, it was mostly a waste of time. John now going down into Sector 2 with newly armed with bombs and high jump this time. He can check a lot of Sector 2. Still looking for speed. Speed is being very elusive in the seed. Opting to go down here first. I'm guessing he's gonna take this and then go up. Or maybe he is going down here. You have the option of going down either on the left or right side of Sector 2. Yeah, he's just gonna check this item real fast and then go... Not checking the blue door up above him. I think that might be a mistake. We'll see. Also not checking the bomb blocks above here. I wonder if John has is making a calculated plan with that, or if he's just forgetting these checks. We're gonna have to. We'll find out eventually. Oh, nice spring ball over the hole though. Zeke is struggling a little bit to get out of Sector 4. He does have... he did save for going here, and he only, quote-unquote, unlocked power bombs, so he might not be that important to have those for now, but he's trying to get out of here. Another major for John. Space jump. Space jump do anything with that? It unlocks more of 2, I guess. Zeke down here. I don't think Zeke checked this from above, but we know it's just a power bomb tank. Yeah. Don't check. Oh, another major. Wide beam. Oh, okay. Beam is actually usable now with wide. You run a you don't have to put up with wave being terrible anymore. Which is nice. Another major, double major in Oasis. What is this? What is this shenanigans? Speed? There it is. We found speed. We did it. This is the first seed for these players in this match, I believe. So John with speed can now go open green doors, and from there can do a lot of stuff. Choosing to go over here to check at least this item next to Sasabi might do the actual Sasabi fight as well. We'll see. The only item missing for go mode now is plasma. John could actually just go open red doors right now. He would need to open green doors and then immediately go to 5 and open red doors. But he's gonna take a bit of a look around to see if he can find plasma first. Not plasma. Plasma is really the only thing that matters now. I think screw attack might matter a little bit. And they all have almost all the mages actually. Thinking about it. And in typical fashion, the last major that needs to be found is plasma beam. See if John still doesn't check this room. It's right there. It's an interesting choice. I hope it doesn't bite him in the ass. And I'm gonna tell you a secret, chat. A small part of me does wish it does bite him in the butt. Because that would be funny. It would be mean, but it would be funny, which is the important part. The entertainment. It's just a missile tank. Man, John knows. John is smarter than the rest of us. And John going straight to green doors. Checking this item out of the way. The power bomb tank. Gets oh no! Oh, that is enough. Okay, and bonk was scary. Meanwhile, Zeke going down to Oasis, gonna find all the good stuff. You know, John found. John just has advanced game knowledge. This is nothing about spoilers. He just knows. He saw the hash of the items, and he figured it out. He deconstructed it. And check Bob quick. Bob is a power bomb tank. Excellent. And I'm gonna check box fight. Gonna see a box fight here. This box fight is completely optional. There's an item behind the data room, but if you want to, you can just space jump out of the room and not fight it. Wait, hang on, did Zeke not get Space Jump? Where was Space Jump? Oh, Space Jump was all the way down to the left. Oh, right. Zeke's not going there. Zeke is gonna miss out on a Space Jump up there. It's not unreasonable. That check is like really slow and really far out of the way, and so it's not a bad idea per se of Zeke to skip it. It's just since we know what's there, it's very unfortunate. It's unlikely for Space Jump to be required for anything. I think the only real spot would be Rumble City, and even that is technically doable without it. Zeke is going to main deck with his newfound problems. Zeke going to main deck before opening green doors? Question mark. Oh, he's checking this major. There's a major here that we never checked. Man, Zeke, he remembers. It's Plasma! That's so big! That's actually huge. Is Zeke missing anything now? Zeke is in go mode? I think Zeke is just in go mode. Zeke just needs to open green doors. And very suddenly, Zeke is actually ahead, I think. Yeah, I think John forgot about that major, like everyone else did. I forgot about that major. Zeke is checking this for posterity. He doesn't need anything else. He might like ice missiles or ice beam. Man, what a play from Zeke. Zeke has been behind for this entire race. And then he makes one brilliant play of remembering there was a major at the top of the elevator and suddenly... If John had checked the elevator now, he would have been fine, but he's going to check red doors. He's going to do red doors first. Which is... I mean, it's not bad. Like, opening red doors is good. Plasma Beam could be done by red doors. I think John honestly just forgot about the major item. Hopefully he remembers after he's done red doors. Otherwise he's gonna have to scout for a bit. So yeah, while John is technically further along to getting doors, he has to do a bunch of checks here because he doesn't know where Plasma. Zeke taking safety save. Be sure. But Zeke can just run through all these checks because he knows he doesn't need anything. He can just go straight to doors. Chance bar. If John goes to red doors from here instead of going lower sector 5, I think this is still a race. The problem is that John has to check so many more things, right? But if John just goes to 4 and then immediately goes up to the elevator and remembers there's a major there, he's still in this race. But like not knowing, yeah, he's gonna go over here and check this item, he's gonna go up to Nightmare and check the Nightmare item, he's gonna check Worst Group. There are so many checks that just take forever because John doesn't have the knowledge of Plasma. Zeke is running out of health though. Things are hurting in Sector 4. It should be fine, but dang, like the fish pirates, normal fish, everything down here hurts so much. You're gonna have to be careful. Thankfully, he did take a save at the start of 5, so even if he does die, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, John going up, checking Nightmare with John's information. This is a pretty wise move. We know it's a dud. We know what he's looking for is not here. It's a reasonable check. Without screw, these racers are gonna have to go out of sector 4 the old-fashioned way. Oh, no space for CZeke. Oh yeah, clutch wall jump to get back up there. You better not fight Nightmare. Okay, good. Yeah, hopefully for John's sake, he does remember the major at the top of the elevator eventually. But right now, this is gonna require almost a death from CZeke in order for John to catch up. Oh, major? Ice beam. Not the beam John wanted, but it's a beam up here. That feeling is the worst when you know that you have like 2 majors left in the entire pool of majors. Like you have all of them except like one of the go mode items, and you see a major and you get happy for like a split second, and then you grab it and it's ice beam. Doesn't feel good. Let me tell you. I think John just legit forgot about the major. Taking a safety save right before SX. SX can rough you up pretty bad, so not a bad play. This is the point where you always wonder how you think the runners think they're doing. Like, does CZeke realize how far ahead he is? Or does he think that he's actually... Like, it's hard to tell, right? From Zeke's point of view, it's very hard to tell if you're ahead or behind it. Because Plasma was in a fairly obvious location in retrospect. And all the other go mode items were just like strewn about the place. The SCX fight is triggered by having Charge and Plasma level 4 doors unlocked and either high jump or space jump. Gravity is not part of the SCX ambition. You need gravity to unlock level 4 doors, but it's not part of the SCX trigger. Oh wow, this corner jumping very small gun. Oh no! Peak trying to cheese the core but getting hit. Another powerbomb tank for John. John running dangerously low on health as well. Gonna take it a bit careful. Plasma was the major at the top of main elevator that we saw at the start of the game. They both know there's a major there. John knows there's a major there. He might have forgotten, but he did see the major. CZeke had the presence of mind to go back up there. Oh no, John messing up the shine spark. Please check this item on the side. I think John is getting pretty desperate for Plasma Beam. Now, wouldn't it have been funny if Plasma Beam was one of the items John skipped in Sector 2? I'm sorry, I'm being mean, that's really rude. Charge Diffusion does not deal more damage now. It only creates the Shockwave. The Shockwave itself deals 1 damage, so I mean, in some weird cases it might do slightly more, but not really. Yep, that's how Rando be. Make one solid, educated guess, and it turns out to be a major shift in the entire race. Zeke does not get the opportunity to try a low height here because he doesn't have screw. John going back down into 4? What did he miss here? Oh, he has speed booster now. We can check this. Yeah, John definitely just forgot about the elevator. There's no way he would go here and check one random speed item over going to the elevator if he remembered there's a major there. That is unfortunate. That is how it goes though. You gotta make note of things. We will see how John reacts to Zeke being done soon. See if John decides to keep going or if he ends it early so they can get onto the second race faster. Oh, John's checking the okay, John's not that far behind if he's checking this item now. It's gonna be a couple of minutes. That has to feel bad though. You get plasma and then 10 seconds later you see a dot done. Oh dang, that hurts. That is not what you want to see right after you find your final go mode item. And that is GG for Zeke with an official time of 42:19. Yeah, it sucks for John. He did bring it upon himself though by not checking the check that he knew was a major. So I think John is gonna just go finish this up real fast. And then we might get into the second race right away. John having Ice Beam could make this fight a lot faster if he plays it right. It's kind of awkward to do the free stun lock with Ice Beam compared to Ice Missiles. But it's very doable. Don't know if we'll get Zeke in here for an interview. If we're just going to second race right away. Don finishing up that Corex very cleanly.
Propulsion sequence activated. Destination planet SR-388. Propulsion sequence activated. Destination planet SR.
Ended up being pretty close to a full bingo board on upgrades though. We're only missing Ice Missiles and Screw Attack. John is gonna finish off the Mega Quick here. Gonna get smacked. Wow, interviewers usually at the end of set, that's interesting. Yeah, we'll see what happens regarding the second race. If they start the race soonish, I should be able to stay on commentary, but if they take too long of a break, I'm gonna have to dip out sadly. John is getting hit a lot. He gets the job done. It's a GG for this race. 4-minute difference. 4-minute difference is not that bad for a randomizer. You can end up going loops around the entire station and end up set like tens of minutes apart. What's interesting though, John had this for a long time. Like for the longest time, John was squarely in the lead, and then CZeke made one big play, one big brain, remembering where item was, and then suddenly it was all over. Right, so if we're not gonna have a post-interview for this game, which seems likely, I guess we're just gonna take a short break and then get back into the second race. And we will see how that turns out. Dr. Jerkberg, there is a second race coming up between these two guys. So stick around and you'll see the one coming up. See, I think they're doing the seed sharing and setting things up, getting a verification from both runners that they are for a second race. Okay, Summer. There's a second race coming up, servants, between these two players. This was just the first of two. So there will be a second one. We'll see when that is happening, but it should be soon. Right. So I will probably open the tracker page in case Summer has to suddenly leave. And I'll have to handle this myself, possibly. Future. We'll see, Summer. Like, likely, if they start the race soon, like most races are under an hour, right? So it should be fine. It could be the trolliest seat of all time, though. I've had like an hour 50 seats. It happens. Yep. Well, in the meantime, I'm actually going to take a quick break as well. I'll be back when the race is about to start. Take this opportunity to go take a restroom break, grab something to drink, a snack. And we'll soon be on our way again.